All right, so everyone, welcome. It is Friday, August 14th, and this is our bonus call from Masterclass call number 2. It was so funny. Last night, I told everybody it was Tuesday on the call. I was like, it's Tuesday. And then someone was like, you must be in action. You think it's Tuesday. I'm like, oh, you're so right. I am in action, and I thought it was Tuesday for a second. So it is Friday. I'm excited to be on this call because now we can take the time for anybody who would like support around how to use Codebreaker AI, how to use BankPass, any of the tool questions in your virtual office that you have access to if you're a part of Masterclass now. I'm going to start by giving you a quick poll. I would love to know just who here on the call today has the $1 trial or a subscription. Some of you may already have this actual subscription. So yes, if you have a subscription and or the trial, or if you don't yet, you can say no. I'm just curious if everybody coming in here on this call has the actual trial.
Hey, I'm just wondering at the same time if people should label their code.
Yes. So on the upper right-hand corner of your video are 3 dots, and you can click on that and then choose rename, and you can add your bank code to your name. Now, if you don't know what your bank code is, go here. I'm going to type in the chat box, crackmycode.com. Go to crackmycode.com. It takes 90 seconds or less. All right. Tell us what your bank code is.
The 3 dots in chat, or where are the 3 dots?
On your video. If you hover over your actual video of yourself in the upper right-hand corner of the video are 3 little dots, and then you can choose the rename feature. So I've got about 24 of 30 of you out of 30 have responded to the poll so far, and only one person on the call says they don't have the trial.
Okay, I'm looking for where to put it in. Or is it where it says participants? Or the 3 dots, because I don't see a little.
If you click on the 3 dots, you should have the option to rename. Rename should be one of the menu items available to you. And
it says chat, meetings, minimize, virtual background, raise your hand, disconnect audio.
So are you on your video? Are you looking at your video, the picture of yourself?
No.
So if you go to your video, a little mute button should pop up, and to the right of the mute button are 3 little dots. And if you click on that, you can choose rename.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I got my video, and there's a plus and a minus sign. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm kind of.
No worries. It's good. So we've got, let's see, who do we have? We've got Jane, you're saying you're an ANKB today. Okay.
I am an ANKB.
Oh, well, sometimes you say you're an AKNB.
I know, but after all the training, I realized my nurture is higher than my knowledge.
So you're an ANKB. Nan is as well. Samira is an AB, NK. Awesome.
Does that
Paula is an NAKB. Reed is a KNAB. All right, I'm just checking out who we got on the line here. Awesome. Okay, great. This is good. This is good to know. I like to see what the, at a glance, just who we have. We got some Ks, we got some Ns, we got some Bs, we got some As. We got a whole range of people on the call today. Love it. Okay, so let me, hopefully you have some questions. So if you have questions, I want you to drag your cursor to the bottom where it says participants. And then when you click on participants, a box opens up and then you can find your name. And then when you find your name, at the bottom of that window is a raise hand button. So this is how we're going to electronically raise our hand if we have a question, okay? And then I can answer questions based on who has raised their hand. And then I will be happy also to go back and demo the Codebreaker AI and the Google Chrome extension so people can see it. So let's just start with a couple questions and just see what are people coming forward with since last night's master class. So Paula, would you like to come out and ask a question?
Yes, I loved Masterclass, and I right away I experimented with Codebreaker AI. It's brilliant, but I have a problem with extension. I pulled it up and I opened my LinkedIn and I just couldn't get to look at a profile. So how do I do that?
All right, so I will review that then. I'll review how to get your Google Chrome extension working. All right, so that's good. So let me see. Srirem, how do you say your name? I see
Hello.
Can you say
Hi,
it for
this
me?
is Sriram.
Sriram, welcome.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah, thank
question?
you. Yeah, so this is coming to the Chrome extension or Chrome based extension. So when I'm clicking it and using it on someone's specific profile, the extension is working, but it is not saving the contact. So
Okay.
it's spinning a lot and then nothing is happening. So I'm just checking whether there's something wrong on my side or.
All right, we'll do a little, I'll do a little demo and then we'll see if there's some kind of mismatch between what you're doing, what I'm doing. And then if we do have any kind of a technical issue that's happening, you can always send an email to, actually, let's have you send all questions to me, okay? Because I'm gonna gather them all together in one email to send to tech. Okay, I don't wanna bombard support with a million separate emails. So what I'd love you to do is you're gonna send any questions to me, and my email is stephanie@codebreakertech.com. Okay, so Stephanie at, I'm going to type it for you, codebreakertech.com. So send me all your questions or issues that you think you might be having. All right, technical, if they're technical in nature, and then I will make sure that they get to the right person today. Samira.
Yeah.
Hi. So I haven't started actually using it, but the 4-week masterclass, we missed a class. So is there a way to make that one up?
Yeah, the recordings are in the Facebook group. So if you go, and I'm going to put in case you haven't gotten access to the Facebook group yet, here it is. In the Facebook group, we have actually organized the material in the unit section. So if you've never used the unit section of Facebook group before, it's on the menu, says units. You click on that. And there is the week 1 has a video recording of the masterclass itself. It has the bonus call that we did on Friday, which was all about BankPass. And there is a workbook that came with last week's class as well. So all of that is available. You can just watch it whenever it works for you, download it. It's all there. So you can catch up. No worries. You're welcome.
And part 2, for the Chrome extension and the LinkedIn, is there a limit on the number of LinkedIn profiles you can analyze?
No, other than LinkedIn itself. If you have the free version, at some point it may say, okay, that's enough for today.
Yeah, I think
so.
It's 50.
Yeah, I can't remember what the exact number is, but so you're limited by whether you have a free LinkedIn account or a paid LinkedIn account, but there's no limit from our end on the Chrome extension side. You can prospect as much as you'd like.
Wonderful.
I think it's 25 contacts a month or something.
And then we have someone who has KBNA.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. What was your name again, sir?
Richie.
Richie, that's right. Okay, so Richie, you can add your name to that if you want to, as well. Richie, what was your question?
Okay. So my question is, I was trying to, go to social media and post the crack my code link. So I didn't know exactly how that works. If I do that, is it giving them my code, or I just wasn't quite clear how to do that so I can, reach out to people that I don't even know.
So sure. So I'll start the call today with the Google Chrome extension. I see someone's got a question about the AI on the mobile device, so I'm going to do that as well. And then we'll review BankPass again. So I'll review how do you send out your link so that other people can crack their code on your link and you can collect their contact information. Okay? Will that help you, Richie?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, great. So I just wanted to get a couple questions out there so we had a place to start. So with that, let me go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to pull up, hold on a second here. I'm actually going to pull up my LinkedIn profile. All right. And then I want to make sure I can still see the chat box here. So hold on. And participants. All right, so here's my LinkedIn profile. And as you can see, I've already downloaded the Chrome extension. So what you can do to get the Chrome extension is you can go to the actual store. So there is a store. And I'm going to take this link and I'm going to put it in the chat box for you. Oops. In case you haven't done this yet. Let me do that again. You're going to go to the Google Chrome Web Store, okay? And you are going to search Codebreaker Technologies. When you do that, here it is. Okay, and you'll be able to download it. Now, I already downloaded it, so here's my option is I can remove it from Chrome. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it because I'm actually going to show you how to load it in. So let me remove it. Okay, now pretend we just went back and I'm going to reinstall it. Okay, because there's an install feature. Add to Chrome. Add the extension. Okay, now it has been added. See, it popped up here on this top of my window up here. So it's been added. Now, the first thing you want to do is you actually want to go to your account and log in before you go to LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll back out of here so you can see exactly how to do that. So to log into your account, the easiest thing to do is to go to codebreakertech.com first. Okay, codebreakertech.com is our main website. Then over here on the upper right-hand corner is the login button. So you're going to hit login. Then you're going to log yourself in. Now, I'm going to use a demo account, not my real account, because I don't want to show you all my info. So I'm going to pull up the demo account. So you log into your account. All right, when you're logged in here, this will allow you now to go into LinkedIn. And let me just refresh my LinkedIn. Okay, so now this button should be showing up when I'm in LinkedIn. Okay, if you don't see this button here, then something to do with your installation did not work properly, or you need to refresh the page. Okay, so now if I go to any profile, it does not matter if I have a paid account or a non-paid, I have a free account. Okay, so anybody was going to have this, no matter who you go to, even if you're not connected to them. You don't have to be connected to them.
You can do mine if you want.
I will, Jane. I'm going to do you right after I show this one. So now I'm going to, here's my own profile. And let me just check something here. Okay, so now it is asking me, so here's what happened here is you notice that I didn't have any bank code pop in automatically. It's because it's wanting me to log in. Okay, so I'm going to actually go to the login button here. And I think this is because I'm on a demo account in the other tab. All right, that's why that did that. So let me go. Okay, so now let me try that again. Let me hit the button again. And there's another way we can make this work if it doesn't. Yep, there we go. So now that I'm logged in, because now it says log out here, so I know I'm logged in. Now it's pulling in my bank code, and this is my bank code. I'm an ANKB. And what's really cool is you have direct access to your tools here right in this window. It pulled in all the information. It actually, I can even download the report on this, the bank code report in different languages from right here. It's going to pull in all of the contact information that I have provided inside of my own LinkedIn profile that anyone could have access to. It just pulls it all in one click. And then if I want to see, well, okay, so Stephanie's an ANKB. If I want to see exactly, oh, interesting. Let me do this again. Normally that pre-populates with the Codebreaker AI. Down here, grab the profile summary, go to Codebreaker AI. Oh, there it did. It did. That time it worked. So it automatically throws in the copy from your about section of your profile. And now it's telling me how much A, N, K, and B is in this text. You can actually look at the bar graph here. The nice thing too is you have direct access to the training that we provide you on how to recognize codes and write copy in that code. So right now it's giving all the action behaviors. These are the behaviors of an action, the sales tips of an action, the triggers to a yes for an action, the tripwires to a no for an action, and the power scripts for an action type. So these are the 12 values that you'll see on the action card if you have a set of our bank cards, these little 4 plastic cards. These 12 values are listed right there in the power scripting section. So all of this is there to help you learn how to write in action style. So if this were a prospect and you wanted to reach out to them, you would want to craft a message in LinkedIn that was action style. So this helps you get clues around that. And to double check before you actually send them anything, you can hit the reset button and you can say, Stephanie, you look like a rock star. Let's get on a quick phone call. Okay, that would be a great outreach email to me. I'm not kidding. Okay, if you call me a rock star and say, hey, can we get on a quick phone call? I'm going to check out your profile first, but that's a great way to get my attention. Oh, look at that. That was a total action message. Okay, so now it's confirming, yes, indeed, this is an action message. Feel free to go ahead and do a warm outreach to this person with that message. Now, the other piece of this is you can hit this Save Contact button right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to pull the information into your bank pass area. So it's thinking, Usually it's a little faster than this.
Yeah, once I hit saved, it just sits there, it's saving. It's been doing it for 5 minutes. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Okay, good to know. So there could be a little something happen on the back. Our developers right now. This is all brand new stuff. So let me just see here. Yeah, this is our test information. So it hasn't pulled it in. Theoretically, what happens when you hit the save button is that it throws it right into here, into your bank pass area. So now it's in your CRM, your BCRM, our bank CRM system. Okay. Let's go back to the contact area. Also, if for whatever reason, there's a little form filler here, this little button. If the information doesn't pull in right away, you can hit this button as another way to grab the information, but usually it does it without having to hit that button. So that's just a basic step-by-step on how the Google Chrome extension works. So let me just check in. Does anybody have any questions about what I've shared so far, other than obviously we have a little bit of I think a development issue happening on the back end with our.
Can you show it again, how you go from the code to the LinkedIn or the other way around? Because I didn't quite get it.
How you go from.
So do I have to have LinkedIn open first and then click on my extension, or how? I've missed that.
So once you load your extension, it's loaded in. Okay, so I went to the Google Chrome store and I downloaded the extension, so that is done. I never have to do that again.
Right, that's done.
Okay. Now, when you go into LinkedIn, this button should appear automatically.
But it didn't.
Okay, so then I would go to your virtual office. So you go to codebreakertech.com. You hit the login button right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm logged in already.
Okay, great. So if you're logged in, then I would go ahead, make sure that you've refreshed your, oh, sorry, that's Facebook, not LinkedIn. You've refreshed your LinkedIn to give it a chance to recognize that there's a Google Chrome extension. Now, there could be that you need to make sure that the Google Chrome extension has access. I don't see it up here. Hold on. Be live. Let me go here. Extensions. Here it is. Let me pin it. Let me pin it to my. Oh, yeah. Okay. So make sure that this little setting is turned on. This can read and change site data on LinkedIn.com is selected. Okay, so that you've got this is active. And see here how this is blank right now. So if I hit the form filler, sometimes that'll kick it in. There we go. But basically, you need to make sure this button is here and that your extension is turned on.
Okay.
Okay. Richie, you've got your hand up?
Yes. Okay. I'm logged in on my iPhone. I'm trying to get to the page where you're at. I'm inside Codebreaker. How do I get to that page that you're on right now?
How do you get to the Google Chrome extension, or how do you get into your virtual office account?
Okay, I guess that's the big question. So what I'm looking at right now, what is that? What page is that?
This is LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn. I'm in my own LinkedIn profile. So for example, let me go to Jane Johnston since she volunteered. So I'm just in LinkedIn, and because I downloaded the Google Chrome extension, this shows up. Now this doesn't work on your phone. This is for desktop only. So make sure you're on your laptop when you're using the Google Chrome extension. All right, so now let's
Will it work on an iPad?
Yes. Well, that's a good question. I haven't tried it on an iPad. I don't know if anybody on here has. Dahlia, have you tried it on an iPad? Do you have an iPad?
I do not have an iPad.
Okay, good question.
So I did download it on my laptop. So I'll have to do that after the training. Okay.
So here's Jane. She's also an ANKB. And what I was showing was that you can go into Codebreaker AI. You can see what text it pulled into to determine that bank code and what her bar graphs look like. You're more even than I am, Jane. I got to go in and rework my copy just a little bit. And then if I want to, let me see, because we were having a hard time with the save contact feature. So probably should try this later today. They're probably working on something on the back end.
So also, I wanted to say that we went and you helped me revise it. Remember, we talked about.
That's right. That's right. So you know what this is pulling is your profile summary. So if you didn't write it, it might not come up as your own bank code. Or if you wrote it on the fly and you weren't intentional in how you were writing it, who knows what code it is. So you want to check this, because this is what people are reading about you, and you either want it to be who you really are, like I decided I wanted to reflect my actual bank code, or it's the person that you want to attract. Okay, so let me show you Mamie Lamley's, because she's a nurturer. As you all know from last night, she did our emotional intelligence section, and she's a nurture first. However, when you click on Mamie's, she also is coding action first. Let me grab the form filler. Yep, she's coding action first. And I believe that is intentional, because she is trying to attract people in sales. And if you look here, her nurture is super close. So she wants to attract the action takers, Okay, so it can be whatever you want it to be, but be intentional about it. So your first, I think part of your assignment for the success plan this week is to actually take a look at your LinkedIn profile, code it with the AI, and then decide, is that the code that you want to be sharing with people? Or do you want to do something different? Jay, your hand is up.
Hi, yes, I'm glad you're touching on that because I was wondering, and I don't know if you guys might have covered this at another point, but scripting support on how you might reword your profile or profiles, because I don't know about y'all,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'm actually trying to grow pretty consistently on Instagram. So I was wondering, how do you guys have support for other platforms? Like, this is great. I think I'm planning on using this for LinkedIn, but I was wondering if there's kind of support for other platforms.
Well, anywhere that you can grab copy can be used in your AI, right? So you can be here in LinkedIn directly, or you can just go to your AI account in your products tab. You go to Codebreaker AI, and let's go to, I'm gonna go to my website for a second, okay? So I have a website called empoweryourvoice.com. And I'm literally gonna do a Control A, copy, go back here, Control V, paste it in, hit decode. All right, so now it's telling me that the copy on the homepage of my website is nurture first, actions super close behind, low blueprint, hardly any knowledge at all. Which makes sense because I tend to attract the nurture and action types into my business as a general rule. Now, if I wanted to attract more knowledge types into my website, then I'd want to create more copy on that homepage that's knowledge-based. Now, here's what I would do using this tool to work on that is I would literally reset it and I would type the word knowledge, hit decode, okay? Because we know that that is a knowledge value. Then I would watch the video on knowledge. I would go through the behaviors of a knowledge, the sales tips of a knowledge, the triggers to a yes, the tripwires to a no, and the power scripts. And I would take a look at the copy and I would say, okay, how can I add more of all of this into my copy on my homepage? And this is a skill we call power scripting. And this is something that we train people how to do. But if you are at least willing to go through these tabs and do a little hit and miss, trial and error, then you can start to at least make some changes in the right direction just by using your tool that you have already.
Okay, but that's the access to the power scripts. That's if you are at the highest level, right? Like
no, the power scripts are right here. You said, well, power scripting the class is if you have access to the $99 subscription, you have access to all of our training. So you can go through the power scripting training virtually online at your own pace if you want to take it. But right here is like our little sort of cliff notes, if you will.
Okay.
So these are the 12 values of a knowledge and the description of what that value means. So for example, learning, give them access to your reservoir of knowledge on topics they're interested in, including case studies, white papers, research discoveries, articles, blogs, podcasts, and more. So if I wanted to add more knowledge to my homepage, I could say, hey, check out this research paper on how to use your voice more powerfully. Or, you know what I mean? I would provide more content that's learning related to that homepage, and that would make my knowledge score go up. So this is giving you hints on how to do that. We help you more in depth when you actually take the training, and you can take the training on that $99 subscription virtually on your own time, or you can sign up for an in-person 3-day class. So licensed certified trainers give 3-day live trainings on this skill. So it's a copywriting class.
Also, since we're talking about events, if I ask another question, the BANKCODE,
Yes.
that's in November. Is that going to be more of this, or is that a different style of an event?
BANKCODE is our international yearly conference where we bring in different speakers and topics that are related to our bank community and how we want to be in our bank ecosystem, if you will. So it's going to be sharing, it's everything from sharing upcoming, new technology, releases, product line, to having speakers help us with certain topics related to sales and communication. So it's not our signature courses, which are available in the $99 subscription or by taking a live class with a certified trainer. It's a separate learning environment.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Sriram, you've got your hand up.
Yeah. So there are people who will be sharing their exact code with others on LinkedIn through whatever they write. And there are those who will spoof it.
Yep.
Maybe to attract a specific type of bank code.
Yep.
Well, why would, what if someone is not doing either? They're just spoofing it.
Yeah, so this is where you have to do a little recon. So I never just go off one piece of data. I will click that LinkedIn button and I will read through that profile and I'll ask myself, first of all, is this enough information to even make a decision about whether this is accurate? I'm trained in bank, so I can actually read that copy and I can see where the codes come in. I will also look them up on their website and I'll pull their bio, or their about section on their website down, and I'll compare that code to their LinkedIn profile and say, is there a trend happening here of any kind that I can see? I might go to any of their social media posts that they've had, that they've written. Maybe they wrote a blog, maybe they've got an article that they wrote themselves, right? That I'll run that through and see if there's anything that I can see that starts to create a trend. And also not just the bank code. The bank codes are great. Like, you can scan all this copy and start to see, hey, does this person tend to be action style oriented in their writing? But also I'll, take that information and I'll process it from the perspective of, what are they saying about themselves? And what kind of a person says that about themselves? And because I'm trained in bank, I can start to make, conclusions about who I think they really are. So what is important to know is that the AI is great for the bank code in the moment. And if someone sends you an email in a certain code, in that moment, that was their code. And you don't have to guess what their code was in the moment, because because you can run it through AI and you're like, wow, they're really in their blueprint right now. So even if you know their code is action, but they wrote you a really blueprint email, you want to respond to the email in the same code they sent it to you in. Because in that moment, they decided that their blueprint needed to have a question answered, for example. And so you want to respond in blueprint to help them feel that they have been heard. And this is why it's important that we have two different ways of working with bank codes. One is the overall bank code, the overall buying behavior, which is the 90-second assessment. And the other one is ongoing communication. Ongoing communication is the most important type of communication, because especially for current clients, you have to communicate with them on an ongoing basis in most situations. Once a buyer, always a buyer. You want to keep them happy. So if you're constantly making sure that you are speaking their language in the moment, then they are going to become your raving fan. So this is where the skill level just goes up a whole nother notch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. Debbie, oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Will this extension be added on Facebook?
Will the extension be added on Facebook? You know what? This is so new. I have a feeling we're going to be integrating into lots of things in the future. For now, we're starting with LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We have big plans. There's lots of different ways that this can get integrated in the future. And so I imagine somewhere down the line, yes, I just can't tell you when.
Okay. And all the advanced assessments are on the $99 package.
The advanced assessment is something you can take when you have access to Bank Vault, correct?
Okay.
Yep. And Bank Vault is that $99 version.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Debbie.
Hi, I have the extension. I'm in LinkedIn. I've picked a person who just friended me, and I hit the button and nothing comes up, but I also noticed she doesn't have very much on her profile. Is that because she just doesn't have enough on her profile?
Yes, if no bank code is coming up, it's because there was nothing written in the about section of the profile. That sometimes happens right here, because this is where it's pulling all the content for the bank code from.
Oh, okay.
So if there's like 3 words there or no words there,
Right.
then you're not going to get a bank code. It's still going to pull in any contact information that she has available, but you might not get a code.
And the form filler button is how you fill in her form?
If it doesn't come in automatically, so for example, yeah, if this didn't fill automatically, I would hit the form filler button to pull it in.
Arriba, Zoom.
Does that answer your question, Debbie?
Yes.
Okay, great. Greg, your hand is up.
Yeah, I have a question. I got the AI to show up to click the decode personality, but when I do, it doesn't fill in all the information. I tried it on both my profile and other people's profiles, and it does exactly the same thing.
Okay, Greg, let me pull up your profile for a second. Let me see if I can find you. There's a lot of Greg Sanders in the world.
Yeah, do Greg Sanders Realtor.
There you are.
Yep.
Okay, let me hit this. Let me see what happens. Okay, so it worked for me. So let me see. You're not getting anyone, and you tried the form filler button and it wouldn't pull it in?
Yeah, I get the company info, but the basic info and the address and the links and profile summary, that does not fill in.
Okay, even after you hit this button, it doesn't do it.
Yep.
So send me an email.
Okay.
With your, yeah, just send me an email so I can have somebody help me problem shoot why that might be happening. If you can describe what's happening too, maybe give me a screenshot of your own profile so that we can see what's not being filled in. And then I can ask the technical people who are smarter than me.
And you have an NBAK underneath my image.
Mm-hmm.
But that's...
You're right. You're a BKNA.
Yeah.
So this is why this right here, your profile summary, is what's determining that. So if I go to Codebreaker AI, all of this is the copy that's determining NB. You would want to take a look at that copy and ask yourself, you know, maybe you want to leave it N. Maybe you like to work with nurturers, you know, I don't know. It's up to you how you want to present yourself.
Okay.
I think a lot of times when you put these little icons in, that's nurturing. So that also is going to make your nurture go up a little bit.
It's also the order that the people put it in, right? That affects things and spacing and all of that.
I think there's a lot of things that the AI is looking at that helps determine these bar graphs. But you definitely, like if I just were to look at this and I'm that guy, realtor and property investor, author, national real estate speaker, mentor, friend, and much more. There's a lot of nurture in this one sentence even.
Right.
And then anytime you use the word help, that's very nurturing. Valued voice, that's nurturing, right? So I could start to break this down, but you want to ask yourself, like, I don't see any knowledge, and knowledge is high in your code. It's second in your code. Right. So you might want to just list some certifications here. That'll help the knowledge go up. You know, where you went, where you got your education. I don't know. Things like that will help the knowledge person, or talk about your expertise and literally use the word expert. Like, I'm an expert in this part of real estate, or I have an expertise in helping people in this way. That's going to help bump your K up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's further down a little bit in the description there, specialties. But I guess
and that's the thing is, if you look at the whole, like, there's more information than just your about section, of course. And the knowledge types are going to look at all of this. They're going to read through everything. But if you just want that at a glance, most people are just looking at this at a glance area here, this top of your fold, and they're making decisions before they scroll down.
Okay.
So that's where you just want to ask yourself, do I want to have more balance in this, or do I want to lead with a specific person?
Okay.
If people are asking how to get the $1 trial, you want to go back to the person who invited you. If you do not know who invited you to Masterclass, then go ahead and go to this link. I'm going to post it inside. It is breakertech.com/masterclass.html. So you're going to go here. Okay. If you click on that, you're basically re-registering for Masterclass. And on page 2 is a $1 trial link. Okay. It's helpful if you can go back to the person who invited you, because then they can give you clearer instructions, but I'm just going to put that out there in case you don't know who invited you. Paula, your hand is up.
Yes, because I keep trying to, I have the Chrome extension, and I keep trying to make it work with LinkedIn. I go to LinkedIn, it doesn't show up. I click on the extension, the form filling doesn't even open. So I close both, go back to LinkedIn, and it just doesn't work.
Okay, so Paula, let's set up a time for let's set up a time with someone to help you walk through this on a Zoom call where we can actually share screens and walk you through it.
Okay.
Okay, so can you send an email to coach@codebreakertech.com?
Okay.
We'll make sure that we get you figured out.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. I do want to talk about how you can use AI on your phone. Okay, so on your phone, and if you want to walk through this with me, you can. On your phone, you're going to open up a browser, just like on the internet on your laptop. Okay, you're going to open up a browser. Okay, then you're going to type in codebreakertech.com. codebreakertech.com. Why did I do that? Make sure it's HTTPS, okay, not www. codebreakertech.com. Okay, so then you're looking at the main website where the login button is right there on the upper right-hand corner of your phone. So you're going to hit login. And you're going to log into your account. Then you're going to hit the products and Codebreaker AI. So you're going to pull up your AI on your phone, just like you pulled it up on the web. Okay, so you're looking at your Codebreaker AI on your phone. Then all you need to do to use Codebreaker AI on your phone is to touch inside the box where you normally would copy and paste text. Once you touch your finger in the box, your phone should have a microphone button that comes up. I'm on an iPhone, so I have a little microphone and a little keyboard that pops up when I touch inside the box. Okay, so if somebody has an Android, you have an Android, Jane? Or is yours an iPhone? Yes.
Where on that did you want us to go?
So you're going to go you're going to go right onto your virtual office, just like you were on your laptop, opening a browser, going to codebreakertech.com, logging into your account. Then it's products and Codebreaker AI, right? So you're pulling up your Codebreaker AI just like you're on your laptop. It's not a separate app is the point I'm making. You have to go in on the web. Okay. And then when you touch inside this box inside Codebreaker AI, it brings up your microphone button. So now when I hit this microphone button and I start talking into my phone, everything that I say is being translated right into my Codebreaker AI. And whenever I'm done talking, I can simply hit the button and see what code I'm speaking. So I hit done. So everything I just said got thrown into that box. So let's just say see what code I was talking in. Let me hit decode. Okay. I was speaking AKB, no N whatsoever. There was no love in my voice. All right. So you can do this with anybody. You can have them speak into your phone. I like to do this at networking events. I actually will get it queued up on my phone. I'll put my little finger in there so that my microphone button comes up, and I'll pass it to the person. I'll say, would you just tell me about yourself for about 20 seconds? And then they'll just talk into my phone for 20 seconds, and then I'll hit decrypt, and I'll be like, okay, that's a piece of data. And I have had many times where people have matched what they've said when they talk about themselves for 20 seconds in my phone that have matched the actual cards. More times than not, actually. It's surprising. Because if you're having them speak about themselves, that's the key too, is it's like, hey, talk about yourself. Because how people describe themselves is often reflective of their code. And this is also why I like to run the bios from the websites through, because when you write a bio about yourself, it's like, you know, it's a personal, you're sharing a personal part of yourself in your bio. And so a blueprint is going to be very more structured, more professional in how they describe themselves in their bio. You know, a knowledge type is going to be much more sharing the education and the specific expertise that they have. You know, an action type is going to want to share what a rock star they are and the awards that they've won. And the nurturer is going to speak to the volunteer work that they do and the way they love to help people and make a difference in the world. So all of that is a great way to get a good sense for somebody. So try it on your phone. It's a lot of fun. I even have my 8-year-old son do it sometimes. Like one time he came home from school. This is obviously pre-COVID. He came home from school one day and he was feeling kind of bummed. And I said, Brayden, I want you to talk into my phone and tell me what you did at school today. And so he's like, okay. He's like, well, first I did this and then I did that and then this happened. And he's talking in his phone. And so I hit decrypt and he was like, super blueprint. And I was like, yeah, I can see why you didn't have a really great day. He's a little action kid. He wants to have fun. He wants to play at recess as long as possible. He loves PE. He loves to, like, you know, jump around. And he was like, huh. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, it was really, in the moment, he was super blueprint. He was like, yeah, this is what I had to do today, step by step by step.
I'd be curious to see if people do it for themselves and post in the group if it shows up as their own code.
Yeah.
Post in the Facebook group.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity. We have this masterclass right now where we can be sharing with each other and getting ideas on all different things, all kinds of things. Like, here's my LinkedIn profile. It's showing up like this. You know, what are some ideas to bring more nurture into it or to change it, you know, in some way? And we can totally mastermind with each other and be like, yeah, I can see why, you know, the nurture is missing here, or this is a perfect opportunity for all of that. So take advantage. Start to, you know, the month of August, for a whole $1, you get to get as many leads as you can using BankPass and Codebreaker AI. You can rewrite your marketing copy. You can create social media posts in different codes. You know, you can, all kinds of things you can do. You can redo your website. You can, you know, it's like, this is like the best deal to ever come along in August, quite frankly, in my opinion. So we're here to help you, and I'm happy to share ideas, and we can definitely mastermind in the Facebook group. Paula, was your hand up from before?
Yes, I should lower it.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure. Debbie, your hand is up.
Yes, I'm trying to do what you're doing, and I get all the way to the microphone. I hit there, and it, you know, I get my keyboard with the microphone. I hit the microphone, and I see the little moving things that says it's recording, and I was just trying to record you while you were. But then when I hit done, then nothing comes up.
So that when you hit done, there's a decrypt, there is a button. Let me reset it. It's a decode button. Sorry, it's called decode. So here, let me do it again. So, hello, I'm talking into my phone. Oh, let me get it to turn on. Hello, I'm talking to my phone and demoing Codebreaker AI today. Isn't it awesome and fun and exciting? I hit done. Now there's a green button right here. Do you see the green button, Debbie?
Up.
Okay, hit decode.
And that's when nothing happens.
So now slide down. Make sure after you hit decode, slide down. You don't see a bar graph of any kind?
No, it says click to have Codebreaker AI analyze.
So you hit decode, and did the decode button stay on the screen or go away?
It's staying on.
So it's not recognizing that you're touching it, I think. So try again to really make sure that the decode button is pressed.
Okay.
But basically what should happen is after you press that green button, and that time I spoke all action. Did you catch that? That was an all action conversation.
Debbie, check that in the box that you're hitting decode in, there are actually words from what you spoke going up in there.
Yeah, make sure that you actually see words in there before you hit decode, because maybe your microphone didn't pick anything up.
Oh, okay. So maybe it didn't pick up your thing. So if it doesn't
Maybe
show
so maybe you need it closer to your speaker, or close you got to speak into it. So try it that way.
Okay.
I just wanted to say there's some applications too that people could do this with, like there's a couple of realtors on here, so you could do it in your listings. You can bankify your listing descriptions. It's a good idea.
Yeah, Jane is a rock star real estate agent, everyone, and she's a licensed and certified trainer with our company. So she's actually used this for real. And do you want to share your awesome story, Jane?
Sure. So I joined Bank in 2015. I heard Sherry speak. I went to the training in January that year. My previous year, I was doing about 35 sales maximum a year. I was having a hard time. My husband was having a hard time at work. He ended up losing his job. And so I really kind of had to put the pedal to the metal. So I went to Codebreaker technology training, became a certified trainer, and I went to 67 sales that year. And then I did the mastermind class, in-depth class that they're going to be offering in September again. And again, what it helped me do is just remain top of mind and really, I think, reach a lot more people more effectively. So last month I did 12 sales, and I'm in the top 100 of Western Canada for my company.
Awesome. Thanks, Jane. Love it.
Yeah, so I think if I can do it, you can do it.
Okay, sorry, I'm also answering in the chat box here. Yeah, Irina, I know you're messaging me, so if you need help even getting into your account, then I'm happy to help you with that. So we'll connect. Richie, do you have another question?
Oh, okay. I think that was the old one. I was asking about Facebook, but you answered that. Facebook's coming. But I will take this chance to ask you concerning the training. Let's say you're going to send the link out to somebody and ask them, to do their code breaking thing. Okay. So you have a form letter. I saw that. Can you send that link out, say, over social media?
Yes.
Or should you? Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay. Let me do a review.
Look?
Yeah, I can do a review of
Yes.
BankPass for everybody because it doesn't hurt to hear it a couple times. So let me pull up BankPass. So let me do a share screen. And we're going to go to the demo BankPass. So BankPass, everyone should have a unique access code in your account. Okay. So when you're in your account, right here, under your face, under your bank code, under welcome your name, it says your access code. This is a demo account, so the access code for this account is demo. This link is part of your BankPass URL. So BankPass, if I go to BankPass, there it is. Right here, see this link right here? In the middle of the BankPass area, this is crackmycode.com/demo because demo is my demo account. So usually I think this defaults to first name last name, but you can change it to something else. You can brand it to your business. I changed mine to just my first name. My actual account is crackmycode.com/Stephanie. And you can change it right here. You can click on this pencil and you can type here, hit the check mark button, and now you've got a new extension, and it will let you know if it's not available. Like I'm the only Stephanie that can have Stephanie as the extension. So if another Stephanie joins the company and tries to make hers say Stephanie, it won't work. She'll have to say Stephanie 2. Okay, so it is limited, and that's how we track to unique databases. All right, then you can grab this link and send it to people. So crackmycode.com/demo can be put in your signature block of your email address. It can be put on your website. It can be put in your social media posts. And so it's all going to track back. And how you know it's tracked to you is if you go to the bottom of the page, it says invited by, and this would be where your name is located. And your email address would be located right here. So we know that this is your account. And then people can crack their code. So let's just walk through how that looks. So you go here, you crack the code. I'm an A, N, K, and then the B automatically puts itself in there. I'm gonna fill in my name, email, phone number, agree to the terms and conditions, and hit submit. Then what happens next is 2 reports are sent out. 1 report goes to the owner of the subscription. Okay, so this is your BankPass. You get a report that says so-and-so just cracked their code, and here's how to communicate, negotiate, and close the sale with them. There's a report that you can read all about it. The person who cracked their code gets a report all about them. Okay, so this is a lead generation tool where they get a gift. Now, the person who cracked their code could go share this on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or in an email and say, oh my gosh, I just cracked my code. This was kind of fun. Let me share it with somebody else. It's going to track back to you because this is your account. So there's a social share feature here that allows them to track back to your account. Then inside your account, if you go to BankPass, if you go to the My Leads area right here, look, I just cracked my code and it threw all my contact information into my database. So now I've got a lead. And if I want to pull up the sales report or the profile report, because remember the profile report goes to your customer, the sales report goes to you. So you can actually see both right here, depending on which one you want to look at. You can do it in low or high res. You can also download the reports in English, Arabic, Russian, or Spanish right now. Those are the 4 languages that we have created all our reports in to start with. We will add more languages as we, have the need to do so. We have some big clients actually, which is why we created some of these accounts in these different languages. But this is basically your, what we call the BCRM. So here, down here, the bank contact management system essentially is then going to throw all your contact data into a more robust CRM. Now there is some new stuff coming to this CRM that you don't even know about yet. It's coming probably next month, where you will actually be able to email people, and it's actually going to be using Bank to help you craft your emails in the right code. It's going to take incoming messages even and crack the code automatically. So it's kind of exciting new stuff. This is the only CRM in the world that's going to be powered by Bank, that's going to use Codebreaker AI as part of the CRM. But basically you can track all of your contacts and customers and orders, and there's a calendar, there's reporting features. This kind of goes, you know, kind of deep. So you play around in here, but I'm just going to show you where the lead area is. So here's where all my leads are. Now here's where I can open up and I can make changes. So I can open up and I can change, update contact information, change things, tag people, tag them with different things. Okay, so this works like it's pretty robust actually, CRM. So I can't make changes to the contact information back in my BankPass area. I have to go to the BCRM area in order to dive in deep into someone's contact info. Oh, check it out, Uma Thurman. So that probably, I went down a little bit into an area we weren't necessarily going to talk about, but I tend to do that.
Now that's okay. So basically, I have under the tracking link, it has the HTTPS crackmycode.com, and then it's got my name / Richie.Jones. Okay, so that is what I got when I signed up.
Yep.
So that is what I sent out on social media.
Yes, exactly. You're going to grab that link and you can put it in a social media post, and you can say, invite people to crack their code and tell them why you thought it was a great personality report, or add a picture of your own industry and say, I love to help people in this industry, and I'm using this new tool to help me communicate more powerfully. It only takes 90 seconds, right? So you're inviting people to engage with you. They get a free gift. They get a personality report valued at $97, I think it is. And then you get their contact information, so you can start to follow up with them.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Sriram.
Yeah, hi. So I've been able to crack 14 codes now until -1. One is mine. But one of the issues is I'm from India, and everyone else I cracked is from India. But when they are adding the details, it is putting the phone number as USA. So this is something that they're not noticing because it's the symbol of, the flag. So
Yep.
I think, yeah, that's
Yeah,
not really a bug or anything, but it's definitely something that they're not noticing.
So you're not getting the accurate phone number as a result.
Yeah, it shows as +1 instead of +91.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just going to look really quick to see if there's an option to.
No, they can change it, but they're not aware of it.
They're not aware of it, yeah. Okay, well, I'll definitely make a little note of that just to see if there's an easier way to make that maybe visual or something.
And now that they've added it wrongly, I can't change it, right? It's like, it's their information. So
right. So you could, if you can get their contact information another way, like if you can ask them for an updated phone number, then you could go into your BCRM and then you could change it there.
No, the number is correct, what they have provided, just the country code needs to be changed.
Yeah, so I think you can change that in the BCRM. Have you gone and tried to do that?
No, I mean, I only have the information, but sure.
Let me just see really quick.
But they have to update it in their profile, right?
Well, they don't have access to a CRM, only you do. So your that contact information is coming to you and it's going into your account. So if there is anything that needs to be updated, they only have access to the report that you send them after they crack their code with you. So if you're going into your leads area, you're going to want to open up in your BCRM. I'm doing it right now because I'm going to see exactly. Yes. Yeah, you can edit here. I'm going to show you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in my own contact right here. So I went into the BCRM, into contact area. Let me just back up so you can see how I did this. So first of all, it doesn't look like, it usually looks like this when you come in. You go into contacts. It looks like this. I like to look at it in grid view. So if you go all the way to the right to this little icon right here, there's a grid view. Right? And now I can open up right here. And there's a little pencil where I can fix it.
Yeah.
And I hit update.
Phone number is not valid for me because the way the number is added is different.
So is India not a choice?
No, it's a 10-digit number. I think for US it's 11. After the +1.
Yeah. So if you changed it there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10 digits here.
Okay.
So you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps. All right, so we're a little over the time that I thought we were going to have for this call, but I'm happy to, I was happy to support. So if you have any other questions, 2 things you can do. You can email coach@codebreakertech.com. Okay. And the reason, unless I told you to email me specifically, if you have a techie question, like a problem, like you have something that's not functioning correctly, email Stephanie@codebreakertech.com. What I'm going to do is I'm going to collect those today because I go on vacation tonight, just FYI. I'm going to collect those today. I'm going to put them in one email to my tech support person so she can just hit them all at once and respond. And I'm going to have Mamie is going to be supporting you with tech questions next week. Okay. So Mamie is your contact person. You want to email her at coach@codebreakertech.com. And you can also post in the Facebook group, okay, with questions or ideas, or, hey, here's my LinkedIn profile. Does anybody have any suggestions on how I can change it? All right. So use the Facebook group, use coach@codebreakertech.com. Unless you're going to email me today, Stephanie@codebreakertech.com, in which case I will make sure I take care of those today before I go on vacation at midnight tonight. So thank you, everyone. It is recorded. I'm going to put the recording inside the Facebook group. So if you want to go back and watch this again, you absolutely can do that. It'll take me a little bit to get it up in the group, but I will get it up for you. Okay? So with that, we have a tradition here at Codebreaker Technologies, and that is to everyone unmute their microphone, and on the count of 3, we're all going to say bank. So go ahead, unmute your phones or your microphones. On the count of 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3, and bank. See you soon. See you soon.
Hey.
Great job. Thank you.
Thanks.